Welcome to ZooBricks. My name is Maxine and I'm trying to build the world's largest Lego zoo. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full tour and overview of the zoo so far. The zoo currently sits on 52 10x10 base plates, with the bulk of our enclosures over here. And of course we have our entrance over here. So that's where we'll begin. So we've got a little bus stop here next to the car park. And there's a little picnic area over there if you're hungry when you arrive at the zoo. A lovely zoo sign that you can have your photo taken in front of. And of course, we're going to start here at the ticket booth. So this ticket booth has got a custom sign on the front that says zoo tickets. And inside, I've got two seats with two tills that both take contactless payments. You'll be glad to know. There we go. When visitors enter the zoo, they kind of come up over this kind of rampy bridge thing, and then they're kind of greeted by full aspect view with the gift shop on the left, goats straight ahead, and otters on the right. The first enclosure they're going to come to is this small animal village. So in the small animal village, I've tried to create like a bit of a guinea pig village. So we've got like a little church, and there's another little building here and some sort of like monument cathedral thing. And there's the main house that the animals will get locked in at night time. Of course, there's a custom sign for this enclosure. Now at the time when I built this enclosure, Lego didn't have any guinea pig animals available. They just had hamsters. Lego hamsters have been around for around 10 years now, and there are over 10 different variations in colors. And they're in lots of different sets, so they're quite easy to find. Guinea pigs were finally introduced in 2025, and they have been in one set so far, which of course is the guinea pig playground. I will be putting guinea pigs into there and actually making it a proper guinea pig village. The next enclosure is the otter enclosure on the right hand side. Now that is for Asian short-clawed otters, and that's the same species that I have at the real life zoo. The Lego otter piece, also known as a river otter, was introduced in 2023, and it was in two sets. The first set they appeared in was the Otter Habitat and ATV set, which is quite a small set, and then it was also included in the Lego Ideas set, the A-frame cabin. They spend a lot of time in the water, but not as much as some otters, so they need an enclosure area which is about 1/3 water to 2/3 land. So inside the otter house, we've got what's called an otter halt. And that's where there's like a little box, so you can see there's a hole there that the otter can fit in, and then it's channeled through a tunnel, and then it goes into this box, and the keepers can obviously access it and clean it out if they need to. This acts as a double door, so the keepers can obviously come in the back door and then enter the door into the exhibit, and there's tools hung up there for them, a shovel and a bucket and a broom. So they've got everything they need in the enclosure, and that just sits on top of there. Here's the river that goes up, and it kind of starts off in the castle. So if I change the castle, I'm gonna have to think of a different plan for the water source. Now the castle is definitely the most notable feature of the zoo, and it is the Bricklink designer program, a mountain fortress. I put that there because I built this hill originally. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do with it, and then I got that through the post, and I was like, I'll put a castle on it. My idea is I'm gonna get rid of the castle and actually build something up on top of it instead. So the gift shop is kind of like on two different levels here. So in the bottom level here, this is a modified set. There was a little like a Lego store set that you could buy, but we've obviously got all of our soft toys on these little tables here. There's some great ones that are in the window there. Look at this kid, he is so excited about that rat toy with a backpack. I think, to be honest, he's an imposter. Then we've got the tills there, some lovely stairs going upstairs. A lot of the animals in the gift shop are friends animals, because friends animals do kind of look like funny, cartoony, cuddly toys, so I didn't think that they were appropriate to put into enclosures. All of our buildings are living roofs because we're trying to be eco-friendly, so they just slot on the side there. And then upstairs, we have got more soft toys up on the shelf, a nice tiled off floor, some presents in the front window, and on the sides of the building I've made some custom stickers featuring a couple of products that people can buy in the store. And of course there's a lot of windows on both sides so that guests, no matter where they are in the zoo, can obviously kind of see what's on offer. And there's the big main sign that people will see when they're kind of entering the zoo. This is the gift shop and it's supporting conservation. Next to the gift shop, we have got probably one of our most popular enclosures. This is the goat enclosure. Lego goats are quite possibly one of the most popular Lego animals. And the original goat came out in 2011. It's a white goat with the brown spots on it. And that appeared in one set, which was the Mill Village Raid. Now, after this release, unfortunately, there was a fire at the Lego factory where the mold for the goat was actually destroyed. So goats disappeared off the map until 2024, where the white goat was released alongside a goat herder. And then a grey goat was released in the Medieval Town Square set in 2025. But they haven't replaced the spotty version that came out originally. The goats love climbing, and it's like a little mini play area, but for goats. We're featuring all of the goats from this year. We've also got a super special golden goat that was gifted to us at Bricktastic. And around here, we've kind of gone for like a stony wall, kind of castle-y wall type thing. It just looks like a, you know, like an English kind of paddock style. And at the front of the exhibit, there's a little bit of an area here where people can kind of step in and be wrapped around by goats, where of course we have our custom goat signage. And the keepers have got their own separate access around the side here where they can get through into the enclosure. And this is the goat house, which the roof comes off. We've got goats in here already. So there's straw in there. There's also a kind of shelving thing because goats like to climb up inside as well. It's an absolute mess. There's stuff everywhere because goats are super messy and they traipse everything everywhere. When they walk around, they don't really lift their back legs very much. They kind of like scrape their hoofs along the floor and it's really annoying. So they do make a right mess, but people love them. One of the main features of the goat enclosure is, of course, this kind of like sheer rock wall that the goats can kind of clamber around on. And this is known as mock rock, which is kind of when you get zoos that have concrete carved into something, but it's actually like a usable space underneath. So what I mean is that it's like, it's not a real rock, it's fake. And what we're going to do is utilize the negative space behind it. So actually it's got a built-in cafe and toilet area on the other side. And I have made a cafe and a little toilet area. So in there we've got a fully kitted out kitchen. You can see there's like ovens and there's frying an egg in there. There's all of the condiments on the wall there as well. And some plates, tiled off floor, mop and bucket in the corner. And that just slides in and out of the back of the goat enclosure. Right next to it, we have also got, we've got 2 toilet cubicles complete with bog roll holder and tiled off floors and a little sink there. Just next to the goats over here is the red panda enclosure, and there's the otter enclosure there. Now the Asian short-clawed otters obviously being from Asia and the red pandas from Asia as well, kind of done a little bit of oriental style theming with this kind of entryway as you walk through into the middle there. Red pandas were introduced to the LEGO range in 2024, and so far they have been in 3 sets. Originally they came out in the Jungle Explorer ATV set, which came with a custom little tile which had a red panda picture on it, and red pandas were also in 2 other Dream sets. The red pandas is a very naturalistic exhibit. It's got a lot of bamboo growing in it. There's a little pond feature there, there's logs, there's platforms there for the pandas. There's some nice kind of like bushes that I made. These are just portable. Which have some interesting kind of angles on them. So they just kind of sit in here, and the bamboo does look quite effective. This is the red panda house, which again acts as a double door, so the keepers can access through this kind of off-show gate. They go into the house through that door there, and then they come out to this side, which is actually in the enclosure. This house comes apart. Inside, there's a little double door area, so you can see this is where the keepers come in, this is where the keepers go out. We've got the tools hung up on the side there, so there's a bucket and a brush, and these are the actual nest boxes here. So they're at keeper height, which is super handy, so it's easy to clean them out. There are a couple of different height options available. Pandas do like a bit of choice. Ideally, you would probably have another 2 nest boxes in this enclosure, but I haven't built them. you kind of need more nest boxes than you do animals, because then it gives them a bit of choice. Also, if you have breeding pandas, females regularly like to move their cubs between boxes because it's like a predator thing. Obviously, their nest box will stink of kind of giving birth, so they'll automatically want to move them away from that smell. So by giving them lots of opportunities in different nest boxes, that's better for their welfare. So that's our red panda enclosure. Just next to it, on kind of like a bit of a wing that I haven't connected up yet, is my botanical garden expansion. Now, this took 4 of the botanical garden sets. So obviously the original botanical garden was just like a bit of a corner, but this has taken 4 sets to make this. And it's got like a large kind of pond next to it. We created the depth using the different shades of blue, and there's koi in there as well. And I haven't made any paths to this yet because I'm not really sure how it would work, but we have got a door at the back here. And inside there is all of the plants and lots of butterflies. So technically right now it is a butterfly house. So there's one door here and there's another door at the front there so that people can obviously walk all the way through it. So I haven't really decided where I'm going to put this yet. I like it, but I'm not over the moon with it because it's very square. It sits exactly in the grid fashion of Lego. I'm trying to make things a little bit kind of not in that way, and also it does still represent the original botanical garden, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm trying to get away from stuff that looks like sets, and I'm trying to make everything custom just because I think it looks a bit better and it makes it more interesting for people when they see it, because it's different, right? And it's custom. Next enclosure is the enclosure that I've just finished, which is the capybara enclosure. Capybara were introduced in 2024 as part of a Friends set of the Encanto movie, and so far they have been in 4 different sets, including Antonio's Animal Sanctuary. Now this has got quite a large footprint compared to some of the other enclosures that are here. I don't think it's the largest, but it's getting up there. This one you can really see the depth of the water, which I kind of went to town on because my mission was to submerge the capybaras in water. And in their enclosure they've got a lot of water because they are semi-aquatic. They have got some grass as well because they also graze. Got a little island in the middle there that they can graze as well, and the public have got a viewing platform that they can overlook the pond and see a pretty good view of the capybara. And then over here we've got the capybara house, which is pretty basic. It's got an access door for the capybara there, and it's on show to the public, so there's some viewing windows there so people can see them if the weather's bad. And there's the double door for the keepers to access there so that the capybara don't escape. And we've got some life rings out here and also in the public viewing area. Then last but not least, we've got our largest enclosure. This is our wolf enclosure. The Lego Wolf appeared in 2025 as part of the collectible minifigure series, and he came with the Beastmaster, and they were incredibly difficult to find. But they did also bring him out in a set, which was the Arctic Truck set. This one is an immersive enclosure. So that's where you're looking at it, but you don't really think that you're looking at an enclosure because you don't really see the barrier between you and the animals. So that means that you can be walking along, you see that wolf there, but because it's surrounded by trees and rocks, you don't really realize you're looking into an enclosure. So it creates what's called an immersive habitat. So you can see the viewing area there. You kind of walk in and you're kind of surrounded by glass on all sides and rocks and trees, and you don't really realize that you're kind of in the middle of wolf territory. That's the kind of idea behind this enclosure. So got quite tall barrier on this one because wolves can jump really high. There's trees built into the barrier as well, and mock rock. ID sign there, which features the wolf pack because people love to learn the names of the animals. So this is our first kind of name ID sign. In the enclosure, we've kind of got large redwoods, sequoia type trees, definitely coniferous pine trees because wolves just disappear into the woods. There's a lovely cave there as well for a little bit of cover and shelter. The back of the enclosure, so behind the hill, is off-show, so the wolves have got some private space if they need it. And there's also an actual off-show enclosure here so that the wolves can be separated and locked away so that the keepers can safely service the enclosure because they're not allowed to work in with the wolves. The only other species that's like this is the otters, so the otters can be locked indoors while the keepers service the enclosure, but every other species the keepers can actually work in with, so it's not as much of an issue. But the wolves have got this little secure area at the back where there are some platforms there. This is the little training area. We can see the keepers are training the wolves. There are just single doors into these enclosures because obviously we don't need a double door because they're not going in with the wolves. So they get the wolves in, lock them in, and enter the exhibit on that side. So it is a really nice naturalistic exhibit. The wolves can kind of sit up on top of the hill here and get a pretty good bird's eye view around, all the way down to the gift shop. Keep an eye on people, and they can also peep at the capybara, which is quite fun. The Lego animals that I've collected over the years, I have got off of Bricklink, off of eBay, Facebook Marketplace, all kinds of stuff. And because all of these animals pretty much come from completely different sets, or they're even part of a collectible minifigure series, you've got to look kind of far and wide to get your hands on them. And they're also parts of friend sets, as well as standard kind of Lego sets. Well, I hope you enjoyed that whistle-stop tour of the Lego Zoo that has no name. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Lego Zoo updates.